Jeremiah 20 verse 9 says this: "Sometimes I think I would make no mention of his message. I would not speak as his messenger anymore. But then his message becomes like a fire locked up inside of me, burning in my heart and soul. I grow weary of trying to hold it in. I cannot contain it." Jeremiah 20 verse 9. See, the thing is, I have seen where the Lord has shown me concerning weather patterns and concerning just things that end up on the news. I have seen that when God speaks a thing, his word does not fall to the ground. That means it comes to pass and it happens. See, in this level of glory that God is pouring out, he's calling individuals into his glory. And what does that glory look like? That glory shows up where the fire of God so consumes your heart that your heart is burdened for evangelism. You can't just work with your co-workers and see them on a straightway ticket to hell, and you sit there and don't say nothing while they rush to the flames of the fire of hell. The fire of God does not cause you to sit there and to see things on the news in your communities where all you see is murder, rampant, and chaos, but yet you sit there and don't even pray. Let me tell you something. In this time and in this generation, God is calling for a fire. And we're going to have calls, conference calls, and you're invited. Right where you are, there should be something at the bottom of the screen, but you're invited to join the calls, because in this time, God is calling for people to get the fire and to be prepared and to set a blaze everywhere they go, because either you're on two sides. Either you're on the side of the unbeliever or the religious. And if you're on those sides, you are in some big trouble. Because the question is, when Christ returns, and when you see all these things happening, do you really think it's going to be better for you? Let me tell you something, you need to flee. And flee for your life to the glory of the Lord. Because that's the only place where you can be sustained and see God's miraculous power invade your life and around your family and around people that you know. Because even when you look on the news, it doesn't look like it's getting better. But there's a generation that's being birthed today. There's a generation that's coming forth in this level of glory, that is crying out to God, and that's seeking his face and seeing his power work on the streets. And it won't be a whole lot, and it's sad to say, but it won't be a whole lot of churches that will be a part of the glory. If you don't believe me, simply read your Bible. You will see that the Son of Man, when he returns, he said the church was sleeping. What does sleeping mean? That means they didn't know what was going on. They didn't know and was so caught up in everything else. They didn't see what was going on. And what were they doing? They weren't praying. They weren't fasting. They were so busy about their own business. But when the chaos came, they looked up. And some of us are doing that even today. You're looking up and you're asking, where is God in the midst of all this chaos? What happened is that we didn't pray. We didn't fast. We didn't seek the face of God and pass the mantle or pass the power of God to the next generation. So it starts with you today. Join me as we press in for the fire of God, so it can be spread all over wherever you at. That's what we're hungering and thirsting for. So God bless you, and be filled with the fire of God.